right, I just meditated. This is a video for day 65 and 66 of the 100 days of meditation challenge. I didn't make a video yesterday because I meditated, but I was with friends and I meditated late and I forgot I was too tired. Although I couldn't sleep until 3 a.m. so I would have had all the time in the world to make a video, but I was moving around in bed hoping to fall asleep. So I'm on day 66 of meditation, but I'm also on day 5 of microdosing with psilocybin mushrooms. And then I'm going to take 2 days off and start with another 5 days, which is the Stamets protocol, the Stamets way of microdosing. There are many options. The most common is you microdose for 1 day. You take 2 days off and then 1 day microdosing and 2 days off. Excuse me. And the Stamets protocol is 4 or 5 days of microdosing and then 2 or 3 days off. So I've been experimenting with dosage as well. The first 2 days, the first day I didn't have a scale. So afterwards, I think I took approximately 200 milligrams of dried mushrooms. The next day I measured properly. I took 200 milligrams. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna pause. Okay. On days 3 and 4, I took 300 milligrams. The first day, on day 3, I took 300 milligrams, and that felt fine. I could feel it, which is not the ideal. The protocol usually is that you should not feel the psilocybin. You should just maybe feel more peaceful or whatever, but you shouldn't feel the effects of the drug, basically. Sorry, I have to cough again. Okay, so I was saying on day 3 I took 300 milligrams, and yesterday I took 300 as well, and yesterday that was way too much. I was going to see friends and I meditated before, hopefully, because well, it's in meditation that I noticed it was too much. I felt almost, I would call it high, I guess, but I felt some fears and some, I wouldn't call it paranoia, but like ruminating thoughts, useless, and they created fears. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. So but once I was there with friends and with my, no one noticed anything. My daughter didn't notice anything. It was just in my internal world, it felt like a big difference, and that was a lot. And that's not what is suggested. So today I decided to dial it way down. I almost thought maybe I should stop now and do only 4 days and take 3 days off. But I decided to take some anyways, but take only 100 milligrams, which is how you're supposed to start. Well, this is the basic dosage for beginners. You can adjust afterwards. Maybe you need more or less. So, so that 100 milligrams today is perfect. I almost don't feel it. I can feel the positives, the benefits, but not the negatives. Yesterday I felt really tired as well. But that was just in my head, because once I went on with my day with my friends and my daughter, it was fun and I was fine. It was actually a great experience, and for the first time in a long time, I was able to just have fun and be present with my friends and not have my fears and my anxieties and my worries take the whole space. It hasn't been this way in years, I gotta say. So it was fun because it changed the dynamic of the exchange. We could be more in the present, be playful. Yeah. So that's what I just said, being in the present. brings me back to what came up during meditation today. What came up, well, what I realized is that I don't have a drive to do anything anymore. I've talked about that before. I've had that for many weeks, I would even say many months. And I'm so annoyed at that. Hold on. Okay. So what was I saying? I was talking about being in the present. See, my voice is breaking again. So I just want to be right now here in the present. And I think that's one of the goals, the intentions, and the purposes of microdosing. It helps with being in the present. So I still feel all those, I still see all those thoughts, as I mentioned in the last 64 days of meditation. However, they don't stick to emotions anymore. They don't create emotions, which is surprising. I could hear I was meditating outside today, and I could hear noises and birds chirping, and I know that usually that's something that makes me nostalgic, or I don't know, I've been suffering so much for so many years that even good things and beautiful things hurt me, because I don't know why, because they reflect my deep sensitivity and my deep pain. I have no idea why, but today, oh, I froze. Today that didn't happen. And it hasn't happened since I started microdosing. So the thoughts are the same, but my body, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But my body is very still, which is unusual. Usually for 1 hour of meditation, I move around a lot and I open my eyes. I can't, yeah, it's hard for me to keep my eyes closed, and I just move around like this. I'm nervous, I scratch myself, I change my feet and my hands. And since I started the microdosing 5 days ago, I'm able to be fully still for the entire hour. I might move my feet here and there if they're numb and they need to be moved, but that's it. So I'm suspecting that the thoughts might eventually quiet down as well. Not that it might stop completely, but at some point, I think when the thought patterns notices that it doesn't trigger the emotions anymore, they might dial down. And then I was meditating and I thought, okay, my daughter's gone today with my sister. It's super warm and sunny outside. It's an off day. I can do whatever I want. What do I want to do? And I thought I should paint. I've got all this paint, and I used to be always too anxious about my situation to be fully in the present and fully into creation mode. But I didn't feel like it. It still feels like I should paint, and I don't want to do things for the potential reward in the future. And I'm not even talking anymore about, for example, if we take the example of painting, it's been a long time since I didn't want to paint for a result. I've done that my entire life. Even creation and creativity and art was still made in a response to the suffering. Like, hopefully if I do something beautiful enough, I will feel proud of myself and that I have value and that I bring value to the world. No, it's not true, because I loved it very much when I was young, a child and a teenager, but now I don't feel attracted to it anymore. I'm like, I should get back into the groove of it, into the mood of it. After a while, maybe it'll become fun, but there's still always this achievement, like you have to, if you paint, you're going to make something. So it's helpful to have an idea, or even And that's what I want now. I just want to paint because it feels fun to do it in the moment and not be bothered at all with the result. I don't have anything against the result. If the art is beautiful, that's great, but I don't want to not enjoy the moment in order to create maybe something beautiful later. I just want to do things that I enjoy. So I thought, I don't want to paint right now. I don't feel like taking all the brushes out and mixing colors. It feels like, and maybe that's sad. It feels like too much hassle for no reward, no satisfaction, which indicates to me that I don't want to paint. And that's sad because I would love to love it. But that's what I wanted to share. I'm like that with everything. My thought is, what's the point of everything? And it's a bit different than it used to be for the last few months and even years. I have lost this interest because I lost the illusion a long time ago that doing things and achieving things on the outside will bring me the peace and happiness that I crave and that I desire. So I'm like, what's the point? You know, I'd be a millionaire and I wouldn't feel happier inside. So what's the point of doing anything? What's the point of working my ass off to build a coaching career, for example, if it's not going to bring me any more joy? Okay, it will be easier to pay the bills and I'll be less stressed, but I won't be fulfilled. I won't be happy. What's the point? What's the point of cleaning the house? I love a clean house, but it's not going to make me happier. I was stuck in that loop for a while. I still am, but it's changed now. It's not like, what's the point of doing anything because nothing will fulfill me? Because at this point, it's also, there's nothing wrong with doing anything either, because nothing can cause my unhappiness. Like, for example, today, I want to clean the house. And my thought was like, well, it's sunny, it's beautiful, you could do something else, that's one thing. Clean up fast, hurry up, do it quick, you'll be proud of yourself and it'll be clean and you can do something else. But that's always in the future, like, clean up fast because the next moment will be more fun. And I've lost that illusion as well, that the next moment will be more fun. So it helps me be more in the present, which is amazing. That's what I've been looking for years, to be in the moment. But it's not this super blissful present moment. I've never experienced that. And maybe it'll come at some point. I hope it will, because I'd love to be blissfully happy in the moment, be blissfully at peace. And I'm not talking about an ecstatic feeling, just a basic peace, not wanting to be anywhere else. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be anywhere else because I understand that I'm not going to be happier. But I'm not particularly enjoying this moment either. I'm just here because I'm here. And I wish that would change, although not even. It just feels like a relief, and it feels so good to not want to run away from what I feel and where I am and what I'm experiencing. So I think, isn't that amazing though? Isn't that a relief? I would love to be passionately attracted to something, like, oh, I really want to do that, and be excited and be looking forward to, when nothing can stop you from doing something. I'd love to feel that feeling. And I have fears that it might never come back, but that's useless, first of all, to have those fears run my thoughts and my experience. So I'm just gonna let those thoughts go. So I'd love to be excited about something, but I'm willing to find it okay that I'm not. I find it quite understandable as well. I've been in survival, I've been in stress, I've been in trauma for years. Oops. I've been looking for a solution for years. So even if looking for a solution is growth and it's healing, it's still always not being in the moment. It's always thriving and striving and to reaching for a better state. And that's not wrong, because when you suffer and it's intense and you need the relief. But still it's exhausting. It's a chase, a constant chase to appease your deep anxiety and suffering, your pain, your trauma. So now I feel more, not that I don't feel traumatized and fearful. I still feel fearful, but it's dialed way down, and I'm much more, yeah, I take it one feeling, emotion, thought at a time. Wow. See, I don't feel that different. I don't feel that peaceful and that present. Yet when I vocalize it, when I talk about it out loud, the difference is huge. It's an enormous difference. Yeah, and that's one cool thing, because maybe, but see, things always change, so maybe it'll stay this way forever, which is fine, but I don't think so. Things change the whole time, and I read a lot over everywhere that psilocybin microdosing to try it for at least 30 days and maybe more. So I can't wait to see what else is going to come up, how it's going to evolve. Was there anything else I wanted to share? I think there was. The creativity, being in the present, being still. No, I think that's it. That's it for my day 66 of meditation.